Hello and welcome to the Data Explorer's daily video update. So today we're going to be looking at upcoming earnings announcements, particularly in the retail sector, the real estate sector, and we're going to touch slightly on the the energy sector as well. So the reason I've chosen the retail sector today is down to Louis Vuitton's announcement that they own 17.07 to be precise % stake in Hermes. So this has been quite significant news this week and a lot of outcry because of it. We've actually released a report which can be found on our Data Explorer's news webpage if you go onto our website. So in the US this week, actually today, Polo Ralph Lauren will be announcing second quarter 2011 earnings. Their share price hit a 52-week high last week, and so it's not surprising to see lendable quantity has been drifting upwards gradually throughout the whole year and has gone from 12.5 million to 18 million shares in total. Short interest hasn't had much activity and stands at about 3%. And also we see Bebe in the US announcing first quarter earnings for next year. Their short interest, they've actually been seeing some short covering, so some positive sentiment from the short sellers in the market. Short interest has fallen since mid-August from about 3.6% to 1.7%. Now moving over to Next in the UK, they'll be updating the market with an interim management statement on Wednesday midweek. Short interest here has risen from 2% to 3% over the past 6 weeks, so a bit of a change. It'll be interesting to see what happens here and if there is any more shorting activity. Lendable quantity has been falling since June, very slightly so though, from about 47 million shares down to 45 million. So now moving over to the housing sector and real estate, we've seen prices in the UK fall in 3 out of the 5 past months for UK houses. So this week we see Savills releasing a trading update actually today to the rest of the market, and we've seen short interest actually increase in this stock over the past 2 months, rising from 3.5% up to 5%. Moving over, we have Great Portland Estates, who will also be announcing earnings, interim 2010 earnings this week. Short interest, they've actually been seeing some short covering, so some positive sentiment there over the past couple of months, down from 5% to 4%. So again, not very much movement, but some positive sentiment there. Lendable quantity, however, has been falling, and these two variables have actually resulted in the proportion of lendable supply out on loan up at about 20%. This is about 5% over the sector average at the moment. So finally, we're going to look at the energy sector. The reason I've chosen to look at the energy sector today is down to BP, who will be announcing third quarter earnings this week. And obviously a very interesting stock given the disaster earlier this year. Not very much shorting activity, and we never do see very much shorting activity in BP. Short interest is currently at about 2% and has been averaging that since the disaster in April. However, it's interesting to note, prior to the disaster, we saw an average short interest of about 0.5%. So there is some borrowing in the stock at the moment. So other energy stocks which we'll be announcing in the UK are Cairn Energy and also BG Group. Not going to go into too much detail here, but just to quickly note that they'll be announcing trading updates, and I think it's BG Group who will be announcing the earnings announcements. They both see very low short interest to both below 1%, so very insignificant there. Thank you for listening, and to read this report and also watch our other videos and read our other reports, please go to www.dataexplorers.com/news. Thank you very much.